and welcome back to this week's Self-Love Masterclass. My name's Renee. I'm a self-love teacher, coach, doula, and a Reiki master. And every single week we come back here to explore new ways to develop our self-worth, our self-esteem, and to create the inner wisdom so we can manifest the life of our dreams. Thank you so much for being here this week. If you're new, thank you. I hope you come back again. Today, we are talking about how to stop caring about what other people think / how to be yourself. You know, I feel like this is a topic that quite literally everybody, regardless of age, background, religion, ability, all of that stuff, we all deal with this. First, let me just say this. If you are going through this and you're watching this right now, I don't want you to think that you're like weak or that there's something wrong with you. We all go through this, okay? And it's a part of being human, and the point is for us to experience it, but for us to not be paralyzed by it. Later on, I'm going to be giving you some tips that are going to help you to overcome this if you've been feeling really bogged down, really weighed down and trapped by these feelings, these emotions, and these thoughts. Let's just talk a little bit about those consequences or those impacts of not being ourselves / caring too much about what other people think. You know, the first thing that comes to mind is when we feel like we can't be ourselves, or when we feel like we're pretending or that sort of thing, you know, we really don't have a shot at being the person that we really want to be. All of us have aspirations and dreams, you know, things that matter so much to us. And if we're not being ourselves, we will just continuously create walls and circumstances and hurdles that get in the way of us getting to that, you know, result or that point. Additionally, there are things that happen to us in our everyday life when we are preoccupied with what other people think about us, or when we feel like we can't be ourselves. And some of the things that come to mind are, you know, we're not able to create really intimate relationships. So if you've struggled with love your whole life, or you struggle with making friends or being closer to your colleagues, if that's something that you desire, then it very well could be that either at a conscious or a subconscious level, you're just dealing with feeling like you can't be yourself, or hiding something, or not being yourself fully, or you're worried so much about what other people think, or you're concerned about disappointing people. Those are all along the same sort of thinking and energy. The other thing is it really affects our mental health. So often when we're preoccupied with these thoughts, we experience feelings of anxiety and worry. We want to control things a little bit too much in our life, or control other people. And, you know, on the heavier tail end of things, we can go through depression. We really do, because you can imagine if you feel like you can't be yourself, you can't express yourself, you're constantly worrying about what other people will think, then it's like you get crushed. Your soul, your energy, your spirit gets crushed and cramped. And so that is going to have that, you know, impact of depression. The other thing that it also does is, and I touched on this, I guess, at the very beginning, is it really stops us. So if you're somebody who wants to create a business, if you cannot get over the worry about what other people think about you, or feeling like you can't be yourself, you're trying to be like this person or that person or whatever, you know, you're just trying to be everything but yourself, you're not going to have success. You're going to be stopped, you're going to be trapped, you're going to spend more energy trying to be something else, which is just going to have you get nowhere. Tip number 1 is stop pretending. There's so much pretense. The truth is we do care, and we're biologically hardwired to want to be loved and to want to be close and intimate. So if we're struggling with that, it's major, it's important. So if we can just cut the crap and just actually say, yes, I do care about what other people think. Here's the thing. I care about what other people think, but I care more about my health and well-being. So my health and well-being comes first above what other people think. Do you see the difference? So it's not denying that we care, it's seeing that there is something bigger than that fear or that worry. And that's what I really recommend, is taking it in, accepting those feelings, and realizing that your health comes first. Tip number 2, do a self-love action every morning. So I call it a self-love action, and it really is you doing something first thing in the morning that allows you to connect with yourself. I mean, something that is going to bring you home to your heart, something that's going to connect you to yourself at a soul level. That could be meditation, that could be sitting down and journaling, it could be going for a swim or a run, but we really want to focus our energy back on ourselves, really get connected to the God aspect of ourselves. Because when we're connected to God, when we're connected to the divine or source or whatever that entity is for you, whatever you want to call that, we are less preoccupied with the ego and with the egos of other people. Tip number 3 is figure out what all of this worrying, preoccupation, and stress is causing you. Grab a piece of pen and a paper and ask yourself this question. All of my fears about what other people will think about me, what is it costing me in my life? Some people, when I'm working with them, will see that it's costing them love. Like maybe they want to create a relationship and they realize that all of this is just creating a wall between them and, you know, a potential suitor. You might realize that it's costing you your happiness, your joy, your freedom. Maybe it's costing you your health, right? Because if you're feeling mentally unwell and emotionally unwell, maybe now you're noticing all kinds of ailments popping up. So do this work, you know, after this video and really reflect. The point here is that once you see what all of this preoccupation is costing you, you will reevaluate whether it's worth it. And then I'm going to give you a bonus tip. The bonus tip is find your tribe. I'm going to give you a little bit of a metaphor, okay? Imagine that you are running. Okay? You're running on an open field with all this beautiful fresh air around you. You feel really good, right? You feel empowered, you feel free, you feel good, and you can run as fast as your body will take you. Now imagine if I take you out of that open field and I now drop you in a pit of mud and I say to you, go, run as fast as you can. Well, you're going to struggle to run, right? The mud is heavy, it might even be sticky, you just can't move. And so when you are surrounded with people who don't support your vision, who don't support your dreams, people who drag you down, people who belittle you, or people who don't share the same values as you, it's like trying to run or to sprint through mud. You have got to get yourself out of those relationships, out of those workplaces, out of anywhere where you feel like you are stuck in the mud. And sometimes you can't do it immediately. The point is to start taking actions to make a plan, because even having the plan will start to have you move faster and have you start to feel better and have you start to break out of all of this fear. At the end of the day, my friends, this is not easy. It takes a lot of practice. I know for myself, it took years before I really started to feel extremely comfortable in my own skin. And there are even times still where I have to check in with myself and I have to say, hold on a second, are you being yourself or are you getting all crazy, cray-cray? So we always need to do a check-in. You totally can do this, and that spiritual muscle gets stronger and stronger every day. I hope that this video has been helpful for you. If it has been, please give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and share it with your friends and your family, anyone that you feel could benefit from this, right? The other thing is, I am, yes, on all kinds of social media platforms. All the links are below. Oh yeah, if you're not already subscribed to this YouTube channel, please subscribe. Self-Love Masterclass comes out every single Tuesday. And then I also have vlogs that come out on Saturdays. They're a little more cash, and I answer a lot of your Q&A questions in those videos. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go and get myself some lunch. So I will see you next week, and take care. Mwah. You down, don't let life get you down. Of course, deal with your feelings, process your emotions, but just remember, you are not alone. We are in this together.